Right, let's try this again. Have I got anything to drink? No. Do 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 do. Everybody hear me okay? You all hear me alright? Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm coming through loud and clear. Ah, you're hearing me. Are you receiving me over there? Let's have a quick look at Twitter. Go to Twitter. Bear with me guys, I'm just setting up the whole stuff for Twitter. There we go. Do we have anybody around? Chris is around, but I believe Chris may be distracted to something else. This is when Chris comes back and goes, "Hi Mod, I actually can't hear what you're saying." Anyway, drink for the road. Gonna drink. Oh, I've got rum down there. Don't think it's a good idea to have rum on the work nights, but anyway. Let's continue the game. We'll wait for people to notice us. Notice that we're starting. We're going. We're on the road. Also, suppose it'd be a good idea to have a quick look on the YouTube to see what episode Eurotruck are on, because I'm probably going to be uploading this to YouTube when I'm done. Because why not? WRC6 has been announced, has it? Okay. Videos. Apparently episode 250 was an announcement that I'm streaming on Beam. So how about we make this the proper episode 250? Yeah, that's what we'll do. This is the proper episode 250, everybody. And good you are. Yes, this makes Mod happy. What's going on here? Why have I got so many bloody Steam windows open? Friends list to close. Right then. I believe we're good and dusted and ready to go. Good morning, afternoon or evening, depending on what time of day you're watching this Sunday, whereabouts in the world you are. I'm Mod, this is Eurotruck Simulator 2 being streamed to you on Beam, and you'll be watching this later on YouTube, and as such we'll be calling this episode 250. And for those of you that are new to this, I'm playing Eurotruck Simulator 2 in the name of charity. Specifically, we're doing the Million Mile Challenge. We're driving the same truck. Here she is, Matilda, even says in the windscreen, Matilda. We like Matilda. Matilda's good fun. And we're going to be driving 1,000,000 miles in the same truck for charity. We have driven 83,324 miles. If you want to make a donation, there is a link below. All you have to do is click on the big truck and off you go. You're taken to my Just Giving page. And I do believe last time I checked I was on 300 and something pounds after the total of 1,500, and when we hit that great big total, there we go. Have we actually got a job on the go? I think, yes. We are in Aberdeen. Ah, yes, good old Aberdeen. Now, why are we in Aberdeen here, you ask? It's because myself and my friends at Team Tuxedo, we participate in this thing called the Race Across Europe. We play Eurotruck Simulator 2, and the idea is we race from Bratislava, which is the most southeasterly part, most southeasterly part of the map, assuming you don't have the Going East DLC, and we race all the way up to the most northwestern point, which is Aberdeen. Not Bergen, as you might imagine, but we have to assume that people don't have the DLCs, and if they want to, if you guys want to join in at home and give us your best times for how long it's taken you to get from Bratislava to Aberdeen, there are some extra rules in it as well, blah 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 blah. But generally, by and large, that's what we do. And I lost the last one by 2 minutes, fucking 2 minutes, and we're talking about an hour and a half, 2-hour race. Very, very unfortunate that. So, actually, do we want to travel to a garage? Do we want to go to somewhere else on the mainland, or Look at all this grey map here we need to turn into yellow. Look at all these bits here we need to uncover. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, I've got plenty of money, I'm going to tour all of the UK and I'm going to start purchasing garages. So on that note, where have we actually got garages? Company manager, garage manager. Hello Hayley! Hayley, how are you doing, pretty lady? Haven't seen you since Hepathlon actually. I like Hayley. Hayley's lovely. Hayley's an absolute fucking legend. And last time I heard Hayley was getting married? Map view. Ah, there we go. That's where I currently have garages. I've got one in Aberdeen. I need to get to Glasgow, I think. Yeah, that's Edinburgh. Yeah, Edinburgh's there, Newcastle, Manchester. We're going to go on a tour of the country, so we're currently in Aberdeen. We need to head to Edinburgh by the look of it. Can we get a job for Aberdeen to Edinburgh? Probably. Wrong Hayley? You're Hayley Rounds that did the airplane jump, aren't you? I'm probably getting the wrong person entirely then, not just the wrong Hayley. That's good, Mod. That's good. Well done. Well, hello, Hayley. Welcome to Stream Any Road. I am a special mod. Don't mind me. Oh, there we go. Amsterdam to Edinburgh. 9 tons worth of toys, and it's got my ugly mug on the side of the truck. That'll do. Skydiving Hayley. And actually, incidentally, Hepathlon was the last time I actually did any streaming of any sort. When we did Hepathlon, raised about $1,000 just over for Mind and the US charity, whichever it was. I can't remember off the top of my head, unfortunately. I am a special mod, mate. And at some point at the end of October, Simon will be making the final donation to the 2 charities. Everybody donated to his private PayPal, and then he's distributing the funds from there. So, without further ado, we're going to carry on doing our own work for charity. We're at 83,000 miles, like I say. At the 100,000 mile mark, I'll be switching over to a different charity. And I don't know if I'm going to be sticking with depression after the next one. Depression is a big, important part of my life, as I'm sure many of you know. And if you don't, well, it is. Yeah, we'll take that job. Thank you very much. Da, 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 da. I'm heading towards the green flag a moment ago. Wait, pop up. Let's get ourselves a trailer. Oh, I could have done better if I tried. Oh wait, I did try. I'm a little bit out of shape. When was Hepathlon? A good month or 2 ago now, wasn't it? September, beginning of September, nearly in the middle of October. Okay, nearly a month. Oh wow, there's a winding handle there. I've never noticed that before. Wow. Right, in-cab view, because we're going to go take a job. We're going to do Euro Truck for about an hour of this stream. And I'm going to make up a little bit of lost time, so we're going to do some Euro Truck for an hour, talk to you guys, see how it's all going on, tell you a few things that are going on real life. A few things that excite me in my interests. Because I've actually started being interested in things, and you know, I've been on the break from YouTube since March, and we're on October, so that's about 5 months. No, it's more than that. March to September is 6 months. A month and 6 days ago. Thanks, Hayley. So, I'm very happy to be back. I've enjoyed my break. I wouldn't say I'm 100% back. This is more of a get me back into it sort of stream, you know. Oh, they're all stopping. They're all stopping. Go, go, go. Lots and lots have changed in Mod's life in the last 7 months since I sat down and spoke to you all properly and did a proper Euro Truck live stream. And I keep looking over there because the webcam's usually over there, but I moved it over here because I want to look at the chat as well. And I don't want you all to go, ooh, when I look at the chat there. Yeah, I'm just being funny. Interesting frame rates. What are we getting? Oh, constant 60 apparently. Okay, that works for me. You guys should be getting a steady 60 at home, hopefully. If not, well, it's not my fault, just for once. Speed cameras. Do I care about speed cameras? No, I'm just going to get this job done. That's all I'm doing, get the job done. Deek, deek. There we go, speeding offence. Thank you very much, Mr. Speed Camera. I just want to get this job done and then buy a garage. And there's a petrol station there I should take advantage of, which I'll have to go past anyway. But can I overtake this truck in time? Can I? Can I? Can I? Yes. This is the answer to that one. Ooh. Made it. Had to swing around a little bit more to make the turn. So, real life, what's happened? I can't remember if I told everybody, but I've got a new car. Let's start with the car. The old purple car, the Fiesta, amazing little thing, got me from A to B brilliantly, but eventually it got to the point where we're doing some inspections ready for its yearly MoT. It's a yearly health check that we have in the UK. I'm sure you have your own equivalent whatever part of the world you live in. And we found some major problems on it, which would have cost a lot of money. And we're talking up to 1,000, possibly more. And we thought, right, we've got a choice. We can fix the car and keep it going for another couple of years, or we can knock it on the head and get ourselves a brand new-ish car, one that's going to have fewer problems. So we did some shopping around, and eventually we did find ourselves a newish car. It's a, surprise, it's another Ford Fiesta. It's a Mark 7 as opposed to the Mark 5. It's a European model. I think it's actually in America as well. But the Fiesta's a very nice car. It's smooth, it's flowing. It's another 1.25, same as the old car. It weighs 1.5 tons, whereas the last car weighed 1 ton. And they've detuned the engine for efficiency, so I've got less power in a heavier car. And yes, I do notice it. It's so slow compared to the old car, and it's bigger. It's probably the biggest car I've ever driven. But there's enough space in the back for Murtai's wheelchair, without having to take any of the seats down, or all we have to do is take out the foam insert where the spare wheel went. Yeah, in the Mark 5, the spare wheel went underneath the car, attached to the bottom of the chassis. And in the Mark 7, it goes in the boot. But I didn't get a spare tyre with the new car. I got this puncture repair kit, which is weird and crazy. So, okay, no problem. Out comes the foam insert where the spare tyre would live. In goes one of the wheels of the wheelchair, spin the thing back a bit, and boom! And it fits quite nicely. Fits very nicely. So this makes the mod very happy. All I have to do is take out the foam insert and the top parcel shelf, and also the foam bit that goes at the bottom of the boot for the lining, and yeah, it'll fit! Maybe I should get some more lining to redo the boot so I don't scratch the crap out of the paintwork every time I put the wheelchair in, because it'll happen eventually where I run out of boot. I'm not saying I can't put a wheelchair into a boot without damaging it, but so, anyway. Which brings me nicely to Murtai. Murtai, as I'm sure you may be aware in the past, has had severe health issues. These health issues have not got any better. If anything, they've got worse. To the point where, when we came to buying the new car, we needed space for the wheelchair. That was a major consideration. And, well, she's using it every time we go out now. She can walk to the car, she can walk from the car, but anything other than that, we need the wheelchair. So, what are we doing about Murtai here, you ask? Ah, interesting story. Interesting story. They have, basically the hospital keeps on delaying appointments, or my workplace won't give me the time off because too many other people have got time off. But we have a diagnosis, we've done all the tests, we've got all the results in, we just need one final appointment so we can go to the hospital and we can say to them, so what's the diagnosis? And we are 95% certain it is fibromyalgia. For those of you that don't know what fibromyalgia is, it's essentially chronic pain. You can't do anything about it hurting. In fact, you can't do anything at all without it hurting. Essentially, you could do nothing and it still hurt. And all this time, for over a year, Murtai's had no painkillers for it. She can't make herself a cup of tea because it hurts. She can very rarely make herself anything to eat. It'll hurt. I get her a bottle of Coke and I put it down so that when she wakes up eventually she goes downstairs. By the way, going up downstairs hurts. Lying down in bed hurts. Having the covers on top of her hurts. Everything hurts. And it's not just a normal level of pain, it's over the top. It's like someone's doing a Chinese burn on your arm permanently, but everywhere in your body, inside and out. It's like, yeah, Chris, it's kind of nasty. Yes, exactly. Good choice of words, actually. And the doctor refused to give her any painkillers because until they got 100% diagnosis, she was very reluctant to do anything. So we said, okay, no problem, doc. And then about a month ago, the doctor moved. She's gone to a different town, which from a personal point of view, I think is a shame because she was a rather well-endowed doctor, and even with a woolly top, you could tell if she was cold. Yeah, Yeah, I went there. I didn't actually go there. I wish I'd gone there, like, but, you know, that's besides the point. So, get a new doctor, and we say to her, we've got an appeal coming up for personal independent payment, or PIP. And they refuse us. They say they say that Murtai can walk more than 200 meters, which is bullshit. She can't walk from her chair to the kitchen, for fuck's sake. And we're basically trying to get a bit of support for our appeal, which comes up sometime soonish, hopefully before New Year. And the doctor's going through all the notes, and she says, okay, here's one. The specialist that you got referred to, Murtai, the specialist has recommended you be put on tramadol since March of this year. And we're like, excuse me? At the end of the day, the GP has the right to diagnose Murtai, or any of us for that matter, but it's the specialist, who knows more about the condition than the GP, says, put this woman on painkillers, tramadol being the one below morphine, that's how fucking powerful it is. And the doctor's gone, well, actually, we don't like that doctor anymore. And then as we're going through all the notes, so we're getting all these bits of evidence being printed out and put before us, and we're reading them all through with the doctor, and we're thinking, why has our doctor not been more helpful in the past? Why have we had to change doctors to get just painkillers? We're no closer to getting the diagnosis because the hospital put her back another month. We probably won't get an appointment until November now. And I really, really need to get that November day off, because if we get put back another month, Murtai will probably kill someone. We need the diagnosis, because as soon as we get the diagnosis, we can rubber stamp the PIP, we can get a blue badge, we can get all sorts of extra benefits that will help Murtai. Essentially, we're living on 1.5 wages with Murtai's benefits. I'm working my arse off doing as many hours as I can to try and help, but at the end of the day, Mr. Taxman wants to say hello, which isn't good. And then when I come home and looking after Murtai, because she's so ill. So, getting this diagnosis would mean the world to us. So when we found out our doctor, who we thought was really nice and helpful, and listened and everything, no. Turns out there's quite a lot our doctor didn't do for poor Murtai, and I don't just mean not giving her the tramadol that she needed. So she's on up to a maximum of 8 pills a day, and I think it's 100 milligram in each capsule? I'm not sure. But yeah, they have taken the edge off Murtai's pain enough for her to be able to go make herself a cup of tea. That's about her limit now, but before she couldn't make herself a cup of tea, so she's happy, she's over the moon. It's almost like I got the old Murtai back, mentally speaking. And I just wish we'd had this sooner. I really wish we had. At the end of the day, what can you do? The British health system is fucked, and doesn't help when the doctors don't overly... I don't know what their issue was. I probably never will know what her issue was. But hey ho. So there's the car. There's Murtai. Work! Work has been interesting again. I work for Siva. Siva operates the warehouse and other store-related facilities for Finning. Finning being the main only official dealer of Caterpillar machinery and components in the UK. So there's your context of who I work for. Finning are in the middle of scaling down a lot of their UK operations. And in fact, not just the UK, but globally. I believe in January they said they were going to be making 500 job cuts across the UK. No, 500 job cuts worldwide, and 100 of which would be in the UK. Well, they haven't been shy. They've closed down where I used to work. I used to work at Orbital, and that was a really nice place to work at. Good facilities, and oh shit, I'm going to hit the wall. No, I'm not. I did hit the mini though. How are we looking? No damage! Sweet. So yeah, I still do the same stuff that I do, just we've all been moved to the main site on the A5. It's basically a 15-minute journey from where I used to work, but it's 5 minutes closer to home. Don't ask. It's about taking different routes to different sites, and yeah. Anyway, long story short, Finning are making big job cuts, and part of it is shutting down sites and consolidating services into other sites. So we've lost Orbital Power Systems, we've lost Slough Power Systems, Leeds Power Systems, Halstead Power Systems. In fact, pretty much anything to do with power systems has taken a massive hit. It's because all the shareholders are trying to do is save themselves some money to give themselves some bonuses. It means they're still getting the company cars, but rather worryingly, they're getting rid of management as well. They're not just doing shop level guys, they're getting rid of management. And there's a lot of guys that I work with. They're in two boats. They've been around for 2 or 3 years, and they won't get anything if they're made redundant. So they're actively job hunting now, because if they get made redundant and they only get the equivalent of 2 months' worth pay for redundancy, then there's a good chance they won't get a job in that 2 months. But if they've been around for 15, 20 years, that's a lot of redundancy coming their way, because it works out a roughly 1 month's pay for every year of service. So there's one guy been there for 20 years. And also if you take voluntary redundancy, hello Murtai, if you take voluntary redundancy, then you get a bit more on top from what I'm led to believe. So a lot of the guys are hanging on for the voluntary redundancy, so they'll just go bump, 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 thank you very much, have a nice day. And there's other politics going on as well with the whole move and everything. That's been taking its toll on me, I'm not going to lie. Hello Murtai, did I say hello Murtai? Hello Murtai. But yeah, that I don't have access to my big 18-ton forklift anymore. I don't really have access to a lot, but I can still do a job, strangely. It's interesting. Politics, mostly. I don't like politics. In fact, I hate politics. I hate real-life politics that's going on. I mean, all we've got at the moment is Russia recalling back all the diplomats and relatives of diplomats, and America's got their elections going on at the moment, and I can't fucking stand that. And then there's work-based politics. So it's nice to just come home, put my feet up, and wait for my friendly slave-driving girlfriend to tell me what to do for the evening, because she can't do it. Murtai, if you're joining this a little bit late, I've just done a discussion of how we're getting on with the doctors and yourself. I could tell these guys are cool, we like these guys. So, yes. Where was I? You turning up, throwing me a little bit actually, biatch. Well, I thought you were playing Warcraft, darling. Have you done with Warcraft, or you just got this running as background noise? And I want to overtake this lorry, but I can't because there's a fucking car in the way. Back off, back off. There we go, the car's backed off a bit. Thank you. Are you going to have problems swinging around at the roundabout, Mr. Lorry? No, because you're going that way. Excellent. Murtai can multitask. Yes, she can nag and whinge all at the same time. Ah, dear. I do love my Murtai. I don't know many people that could put up with my shit, and she's one of them. Alright, we're parking up. We're parking up. Da, 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 da. And stop, city truck. Will that do for a thumbnail? I think that will, actually. Thank you. Thumbnail taken. And turn all that back on. Oh, it helps if I have reverse selected, doesn't it? It's a classic mod sucks moment there. Is this going to be first time? Yes! First time! Wah! Excellent, apparently. Was it really excellent? Was it really? Doesn't matter, I'm already king of the road, apparently. So let's drive and find ourselves a garage to purchase in Edinburgh, which is just around the corner, apparently. Then we'll find a job towards where the city we need to go to next. And we're looking alright for rest at the moment. See, now I'm thinking, what else we'll talk about? Science, maybe? I like to talk. I do like my science, space type science. So Murtai's already going, uh-oh, because all Murtai's had for the last few weeks is Elon Musk, SpaceX, Mars. For the record, I would very much like a Tesla when I'm older. Me and Murtai get the money to get our own place, and we have a driveway or a garage. I want a Tesla. And as soon as they make a Tesla... Well, not Murtai. Matilda, stop! Matilda! Fucking skip this shit. Skip. Bloody Nora, that was close. Let's get some fuel. Oh no, I have to upgrade the garage first, don't I? Okay, let's upgrade the garage and then I can get some free fuel. Well, it's not free, it's subsidised, I think. Where are we? Edinburgh. Upgrade. Yes, upgrade. I don't feel like putting in any extra drives in there. I didn't bother with the parking brake, Chris, because I'm lazy. I do have one. It's on spacebar. But yes. Where to next? World map. I think it's Newcastle or Carlisle. Let's have a look at the garage manager again. That is Carlisle. We have Carlisle. Newcastle then. We're going to Newcastle, which is just down the road. So if we can't find a job that takes us from here to Newcastle, then we'll just drive there, frankly. So Edinburgh to Sheffield. No. Grimsby. Actually, is there a job in Newcastle we could claim? No, let's just... Let's just set... No. Yeah. Oh, screw it. I know what I'm trying to do. I just want to set this out enough. That's all I'm trying to do. Or maybe I could rest up first. There we go. Parking brake. There you go. The nice big piece coming on the dash. We do have the parking brake activated because just... Oh, go away. Didn't want that. Oh, this isn't a resting point apparently. I just managed to... Where do I sleep then? Do I not rest here? Do I have to keep going back? Gonna rest back here? There we go. Found a resting point. I knew there was one in this garage somewhere. 4.5 mil. Now let's have another look for work. Aberdeen to Newcastle, please. Aberdeen, Edinburgh. Why am I saying Aberdeen? Fuck's sake. No, I'm better. No, nothing to Newcastle, but there is one to Cambridge. Let's just drive. How long will it take us to get there? Not entirely sure, but let's find out. 3 hours. And if I go fast, then we should be okay. Yeah, because, you know, mod going fast with Matilda's always gone well in the past, hasn't it? Hasn't it always? Well, I'd like to think so. Any road, moving swiftly on, moving swiftly on, moving swiftly. Why is it telling me to turn around? It just... Okay, make your mind up. I want to go this way. Then you turn... Sat nav. Right, onwards, upwards, and away. So, science, space. I am a big fan of a company called SpaceX. SpaceX 4 years ago launched their first rocket, and ever since then they've been trying to develop technology that will get us to Mars. Highlight I can think of being the Falcon 9 rocket, which is the first ever rocket, private or public, that can land after it's been used. And I think that's amazing, honestly. Because in the past you've had these great big first stage rockets that are 22 stories tall, weigh several tons and are filled with fuel. They cost about $60 million. That's about, well, going on current currency rates, probably about 60 million quid. So, yes, Chris, it was SpaceX that landed a rocket on a platform in the ocean. And bonus points if you know the name of the ship. I'll give you a clue. It's Elon Musk tends to name his ships after science fiction related goodies. It started off with trying to land on a drone ship in the ocean. Went wrong a few times, so then they tried to do it on land. And then amazingly it went well. And then they finally got it to work on the ocean again. And then they've just been going faster and harder and more progressively steeper angles of attack. The good ship Darth Vader. I think it's from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You'd have to Google it to remember, actually. I think something along the lines of I told you that I love you, or something like that. But yeah, SpaceX has been developing technology that allow them to re-land these first stage rockets. They're worth $60 million, and if that's the biggest expense. The fuel supposedly only costs $200,000. So if you can imagine, you can get this part to land, and then you can reuse it, maybe. That's what they're aiming for. And later this year, they've got 5 first stage rockets landed. Oh shit! Big boom. Little bus. I hate buses. So yeah, they've got 5 first stage rockets landed, examined, checked off, ready to reuse. The first one that landed is never ever going to be reused. Elon says that's a museum piece because that's the first one ever in all of human history to land after it's been used. The second one is the one they're looking at reusing, I believe. Wall riding, Gran Turismo style. Come on, tell me you ain't done that when you're playing a racing game and just use the wall to go around. So, sometime later this year that'll be going up, but SpaceX put all of their flights on hold at the moment because their last launch went horribly tits up. And by horribly tits up, I mean it exploded when they were doing pre-flight checks. And they think it was sabotage, but they're still investigating. And this angered their competitors in the United Launch Alliance, which is Boeing and Lockheed. Oh, TLD, come on. So let's fast forward to how has this got to do with Mars? Elon Musk had a presentation nearly a month ago, hour-long presentation, where he outlined his plan to get humankind to become a multi-planetary species and get us to Mars. It involves a spaceship that can launch 100 people at a time, with modifications 200 people. It will get to Mars in 2 or 3 months, depending on how much you're willing to burn, either end, fuel-wise. And he wants to colonise Mars. Within 40 years, he wants to have a city there of 1 million people. If he achieves it, that's amazing. But it'll involve building the most powerful rocket we've ever known, more powerful even than the Saturn V rocket, which to date is still the most powerful rocket we've ever built. And the thing was originally going to be called the Mars Colonial Transporter, but then when they realised just how much power they were building into the thing, they changed its name to the Interplanetary Transporter, I think. Of Course I Still Love You, that's the one. Just read the instructions, I didn't know about that one. So they got 2 drone ships, okay, that kind of makes sense. But the only one I've heard of is Of Course I Still Love You. Everybody loves that one for some reason. I think that was what the first successful landing took place on. I'm not entirely sure, don't hold me to it. The only problem with this plan is Elon Musk needs money to build his bloody ship. They're currently testing the engines, and I think that's about as far as they got so far. But they're hoping to send something to Mars in 2018. In fact, if they do manage it, NASA will give them loads of money because there's a prize on the go for people to... NASA have got contracts with SpaceX and with ULA, United Launch Alliance, to be honest, Chris, I wouldn't have known it myself. I've never read Hitchhikers, but I've read a lot of SpaceX and the wiki and stuff. I only know I think it's Hitchhikers. I mean, I'm trying to remember what I've read, basically. My memory is fuzzy. Yes, Arthur Dent. We like Arthur Dent. Yeah, NASA have contracted SpaceX and United Launch Alliance to achieve certain targets, and if they achieve these targets, then they get lots of money. And they reckon that SpaceX reckon they can get a manned capsule into space by 2018, and they're on target to achieve it for the later part of 2018. And United Launch Alliance, they said yes, we can do it. You dickhead. And they're struggling to make 2019 supposedly. SpaceX can do it quicker, they can do it cheaper, and nobody likes SpaceX in the space industry. So where was I going to go with this? Oh yeah, there's apparently once every 26 months, Earth and Mars are in alignment. The Hohmann transfer is called, where they're in aligned in such a way that it'll cost you minimal amount of fuel to transfer from one to the other. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing where that goes. Oh, come on, Matilda. Hello, Lazy Third Eye. How do you do? Welcome to the stream. Well, I'm not doing too good today. That said, I haven't written Matilda off just yet. Yet being the key word there, I suppose. La da 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 da. And here we are, approaching Newcastle upon Tyne. We're going to buy another garage. Speed limits, pah! What are they? I don't care for speed limits. But yes, anyway, SpaceX, very excited to see how that goes. If they need any forklift drivers, I'm going to be first on the ship. I won't be, but there won't be any shortage of work, so they'll need somebody to do all the manual labour. But if they start turning around and talk about 16, 17 hour days, they can fuck off. I'm going to do my 8-hour day, they can give me some overtime if they want, and then I will be happy. Which brings me nicely on to actual dreams. The thing I usually say at the end of each episode of Eurotruck is, or end of any episode of anything that I do, whether it be YouTube, Beam, yes, I'd like to buy this garage. The thing I usually say is dream big. And just recently I have decided, parking brake, thank you Tildy. Just recently I decided I am going to dream big. I actually do want to do something with my life. What is that something you want to do with your life? I hear you all ask. I want to open a gaming cafe. And I'm going to sit on this a bit. I've had the idea in my head for about a month. I'm going to sit on it until about Christmas time, New Year. And then if it's something I still want to do, if it's not just a spur of the moment idea, then excuse me, then I'll probably be opening me a cafe. What sort of gaming cafe, I hear you cry? Gaming? Yes, gaming. Well, there's really two types of gaming in this world, is there not? There's your stereotypical computer games, like we're doing now, or there's board games, and they can come in many shapes and flavours, whether it's traditional Monopoly, Cluedo, wargaming such as Warhammer 40,000, War Machine, Bolt Action. Chris, you might like Bolt Action actually. Bolt Action might be right up your street because it's historic, but it takes liberties at the same time. For example, Persians against Napoleon. Oh, we're going back into the company manager. I need to know where our next destination is going to be. Map view. We are going to Manchester. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more garages to buy, and then, excuse me, and then I'll get that achievement. I could have gone for somewhere like the Netherlands or Luxembourg. I think Locke went for Luxembourg. There's an achievement in Eurotruck where if you buy all the garages in your base country, then you get an achievement. And a lot of people went for the easy option of going for somewhere like France, Switzerland. Luxembourg's the easiest. Just set your base there. I've decided I want to do it in my home country, England, even if it does include Wales and Scotland and Norfolk. And yeah, relating to my idea, I'm torn between whether I do it computer gaming based cafe. Ooh, job to Manchester, that'll do. Do I make it computer game related, or do I make it board game related? Now, honestly, I'm swinging towards the board game one. Just have some basic ideas for a menu, like say coffee, tea, burgers, and then have some board games in. Whether I have those board games that people can rent, whether I let them rent a table, I mean, it's all, like I say, it's all just ideas at the moment. I'm not entirely sure how I'd go about it at all. Would I save up the money? Would I go through Kickstarter? This is all something I'm going to give some serious consideration to in the new year, if this is something I actually do want to do, and I'm not scared off by the prospects of going it alone, essentially. But it does excite me, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, my nose is so itchy all of a sudden. I'm so sorry, guys. Actually, think about it. You guys in chat, what sort of games do you play? Do you play board games? Do you play computer games? I mean, you obviously play computer games, otherwise you wouldn't be here, but a board game something you guys are interested in? Oh, a little bit more forward, please. Thank you. Yes, I'll take that one to Manchester, please. Jeez. I'll wait for you guys to answer me, if you choose to, that is, while I pick up the trailer. Dude. Yeah, a little handle appears to wind up the legs. That's great. I like that. Lazy Third Eye. Both board games are okay, but I like video games more. That's cool. Everyone is entitled to an opinion, after all. Okay, Lazy, what sort of computer games do you like? You said you picked up Euro Truck? Ah, Chris. Okay. My bad, mate. Basically, did you catch anything of what I said in the last 5 minutes, Chris? Also, I assume Chris is going to be having himself a nice brew right now. Something about starting a game, something is juggling 2 streams. Well, okay, Chris, I'll summarise in brief. I'm contemplating giving some serious thought to starting a gaming cafe. And I'm unsure as to whether to make it board gaming games or video games. And it'd be like a basic menu, like say coffee, tea, burgers. I do make a good fucking burger, has to be said, right, Murtai? And then basically I asked the question of what do you prefer? Do you prefer video games? Do you prefer board games? And actually, Chris, is a game I've seen recently in the UK. I believe it's been going for some years, but it might be right up your street. It's a shut up speeding penalty. It's a war game called Bolt Action. It's historic, but it takes things out of... It basically matches errors, let's say, against each other and balances them, like, say, Persians against Napoleon, Polish, Swede. The Swedes have their own army, all sorts. Actually, would the Persians be in it? I'm not sure. But yeah, Bolt Action, 28mm, and they're not fussy at all about what type of miniatures you use, just as long as you follow the rules. But yeah, I figured if you like your war games, Bolt Action is probably right up your street, my friend. Which is when you go, oh yeah, I've heard of Bolt Action, not my cup of tea, or I've heard of Bolt Action and I really, really like it, fuck off mod. Or, not heard of it, I might look into it. I'm going to guess the last one. But yeah, there is my question, Chris. Board games or video games? Obviously we all like video games because we're all here, but what do you feel about board games? Never heard of it. Ah, okay. I was organising a what do you call it, a war game show? Barrage. It was a gaming, board game type show in the UK, and one of the tournaments we ran there was Bolt Action. It's popular enough to have tournaments. Let's have a quick catch up with the chat then, while we're approaching a corner. Murtai prefers to play video games on her own, but loves board/card games with others. Yeah, which reminds me, I made something recently, but we'll get into that. Haley likes both board games and video games, depending on her mood and the situation she's in and who she's with. Yes, I think we can all. I think that's pretty much the consensus from what I'm reading now from everybody. Is probably the best way to be, actually. I mean, there's more to life than video games or board games. I mean, or going out on the pub drinking. Point is, variety is the spice of life. And board games with friends is fucking hilarious, let's be honest. Chris, it kind of depends. I like board games as well, but I haven't played any board games for anyone for ages, apart from a bit of Ludo, that hardly qualifies. I'd say it qualifies. It's old. It's basic. But it's a game you can play with your mates and have a laugh with. So it counts. It totally counts. Cards Against Humanity. That counts. Flux. Counts. Snap. Counts. And my idea is basically you could come to my cafe, grab yourself some cheap drinks, and basically play games on one of my tables, and then go home afterwards and chill. And you don't have to worry about cleaning up afterwards apart from your game. And also, I imagine a lot of people would struggle for space for a board game. Like, say, I've got one called Firefly. Firefly, the board game, is amazing fun, but it takes about an hour to set up, 4 hours to play, and probably about an hour or so to clean up again afterwards. So you need a good solid evening to play it in. How would that translate into a gaming cafe? I suppose I could do like a buy 2 hours get one free deal, you know? To encourage people to do the bigger games. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. But yeah, the Firefly game as well takes up a lot of space. And also we've recently discovered that if I want to play Star Wars X-Wing miniatures on a tournament size board, then I've had to go to some rather interesting lengths to accommodate this. With the kind gratitude. Basically, Murtai was awesome, but she let me make a gaming table. It's 4 foot by 3, and you can fold it in half lengthways, so it becomes 4 foot by 1.5 foot. And you just basically unfold it, put a bolt through the middle to stop it from going anywhere, and you've got yourself a gaming table. You unfold your 3 foot by 3 foot Star Wars mat on it, and you've got space either side for your cards. Or you can play poker on it, because I've covered it in velvet. A very nice velvet, actually. And I'm very proud of it, actually. I like what I've done. It's very nice. Lazy Third Eye have games night like card games. Oh, we like card games. Munchkin's a good favourite, actually. We like Munchkin. What other card games have we got, Murtai? Shit, we've got loads. You've got that strange cat one we haven't played yet. We need to play that cat one at some point, Murtai. Murtai, the cat one. We need to play it. You did nothing. You let me spend money. I'm grateful for that. Chris likes the idea. I think we're more likely to go for a cafe for a bit of social board gaming than go to a cafe to play video games. Yeah, that's what I'm swinging towards, if I'm honest. I mean, the greatest part of the board game is the socialising. And I found as I've got older, board gaming for socialising is, well, a fantastic way of socialising. It really is. I mean, there was a video game type cafe in Stafford a long time ago. I think it's something like £1 an hour, ridiculously cheap. And they had a huge catalogue of games as well. But I don't know why, it just didn't work out. It's just a shame, because it's a really nice building. It's in JL Muse, if you know it, Murtai, the little bit round the back of Shogun. Yeah, I suppose if you want to, the other thing you can do is an internet cafe, but there's no fun in that, there's no soul in it, it's just people turn up, pay for internet, and then off they go again. Although that said, I'm surprised there isn't actually a proper internet cafe in Stafford. Hey, Murtai, there we go. We'll have an internet cafe as well. We'll have a franchise! So there we go, that's my idea of dream big. I'm actually following my own advice. I've dreamed big, that's what I want to do. I'm approaching my mid-30s. It's not a midlife crisis, it's something I'm genuinely interested in doing at some point. So what about you guys? Have you got any hopes, dreams, aspirations you'd like to do at some point? Haley, I know you've gone skydiving. What is there anything else you could do to top of that, baby? Chris, fairly costly to start up, probably. Need computers, a very solid internet connection, and you said a nice building's maybe medium to high rent for the area. That is a big problem with Stafford. The guys in charge of the business rents around here, they keep on pumping them up and they're driving people out, and we've got a lot of shops that are empty. But if you want to attract people to go somewhere, then you have to pretty much be in the town centre, unfortunately. The other option for that is locate it somewhere else, like say where Squiz and Whipstitch live, which would be nice. But I can't say where, I must respect their privacy. That and the commute to work would be a bitch, but that said, if I'm the boss, I can take my time going in. I can set my own start hours. The electric bills, yes. It's all... I think that's the big hit with the gaming cafe would be the startup costs. I mean, you'd have to have all the furniture, probably a coffee machine of some sort. I mean, a proper professional barista type job would probably do the job, and they're not cheap. Would you let people borrow your own games? I mean, obviously they're not touching my fucking catalogue of games. I've got loads. Sentinels and Multiverse, there's a card game I missed, Murtai. We were playing that last night around my friend Neil's house, and we ended it in about 15 minutes because they did something that killed the boss in one hit. My friends love to break games, and they broke Sentinels in the Multiverse quite badly. I didn't really do much. But yeah, you probably have to buy some games in for people to play. If they're like, oh, I want to play a game but I don't know what to play, well, try this, try that. And then, the idea is, I'm thinking in my head, there's a shop in town that sells games. Encourage them to go around there afterwards and buy the game. And maybe I could open up late in the evening and host tournaments for people. You want to have a tournament here? Okay, fine. Cost you this much for the evening. Up to you where you get the money from. See, I'm thinking a little bit about this already, and I said I'm going to leave it till New Year, but the more I think about it, the more I think it might actually be doable. I can hear Murtai going, uh-oh. At least you're not screaming at the cats to behave. Oh, there's an update for people you don't know about, especially if you're not on my private Facebook, because I've kept this. I think I've kept this off Twitter, apart from one image I posted earlier to explain why I'm running late for the stream, and I was late by quite some mile today. But we'll come to that in a bit because of computer issues. Murtai has convinced me we needed more cats, so we already have Penny and Matilda. And then about 2 months ago, maybe 3 months, Murtai, we got Mew. And then a month after that, we got 2 more cats! And we've named them Pudding and Nala. And yes, you did hear that right. Mew is in the Pokemon Mew. Pudding is in the edible food. And Nala is in the little lion thing from The Lion King. Lazy Third Eye, my dream is to get the Beam channel good and to have more than 10 people every stream. That's not a bad fucking dream to have, actually. Not bad at all. Sure, with a little bit of work, you could do that in a few months. Yeah, I don't see why not. Although I'm curious, Third Eye, what do you stream, Third Eye? Let's go back to the chat. Hey, Lazy Third Eye loves cats. Yay! And Haley, I would love to maybe go on a helicopter ride and travel the world. Once upon a time, I wanted to travel the world. I don't know why, but I'm disillusioned with the idea. First time again, twice in a row. Go MoD. Murtai says, you love the cats really. Currently they're all curled up sleeping. Tilde's finished cleaning the kittens and is now sleeping with Pudding. Oh yeah, Penny and Matilda, they're about 3 years old, and the kittens are not even 6 months. And they didn't take the kittens very well at first, but now Matilda is pretty much mothering them. She's cleaning them, and it's so nice to watch. Whereas Penny, she's gone the other way around. She's hissing and spitting, and she doesn't like them much. She'll come round. She's getting there. Slowly but surely, she is getting there. But it's taking a lot longer than we expected. But it's not going to be an overnight thing. for life, not just for Christmas. And if Lazy Third Eye wants to see cats, I can probably pull up one by this garage and I'll get Mew. Because I don't think you guys have seen Mew yet. By the garage. Would you guys like to see Mew? Because I know you've seen Penny and Matilda, most of you. I don't really feel like getting them up here because they are pains. They really are fucking pains. Okay, that's that done. Right then, bear with me. And I've just logged on, I just alt-tabbed out of Eurotruck, looked at Skype, and Chris has shared everybody a cheeky plug. Chris! Right, where are we? I need to change that one. No. That one. No. That one. No. No. That one. That one. Okay, we'll get rid of that. And that we shall reset size. No. Fit screen. How do I rotate it? I've forgotten how to rotate it now. Flip image vertically. Horizontally. Okay. Okay. Yes, thanks, Chris. Right, if you people will bear with me for just a couple of minutes, I'm going to acquire a cat for your attention. I'm getting too old for this shit. Mew. Yeah, this is your first time in a studio, so don't break shit. Right, ladies and gentlemen, those who are yet to make up their minds. Yeah, bright lights, eh, Mew? This little bundle of joy is Mew. Ah. Can you hear that? Purr, mate, purr. Don't walk on the keyboard. So yeah, we got these cats here. Mew, Pudding and Nala are all related. We got them from my auntie who lives about 10 miles out of town. She lives on a farm and she just happens to have baby kittens there. So we thought we'll take some off. We'll take this one off her hands. Is that coming through? Tell me that's coming through. Hang on about, mate. Stay there. Where you go? Where you go? Where is he going? Ah. Mew, what are you doing? So yeah, we basically that way. Basically acquired him from my auntie, and she's very grateful that we got the three of them. Pudding looks almost identical to Mew. Oh yeah, thinking of Mew, can you stand up a bit, mate? Look at the 6. There's a 6 on his side. It's great. Mew, come back here, mate. Mew. Mew. Oi. No, he's gone. And what I'm planning on doing in future live streams is just leave the studio door open, have a webcam on the floor, just in the corner of the screen, and we'll call it Kitty Cam, so that anytime a cat comes into the room, you guys can be like, Kitty! Mew? Come here, buddy. Come here. No. You want to sleep? You want to go sleep? Murtai, I think I've acquired a Mew, mate. I think Mew wants to get comfortable. What do you want out? Oh, you little soldier, you. Okay, last time, guys. Listen out for the purring. Tell me you can hear the purring. Say bye-bye, Mew. Look at the pretty light. There we go. Okay, we're getting you down. Say bye-bye, guys. Say bye-bye. Oh yeah, before we go, the number 6 on his side. There we go. Sorry, Mew. I just want to show off the sit. You know, you're not cooperating, are you, mate? Let's get you down. There is a 6 on his side. Bye bye, Mew. Right, that was Mew. Mew is the only boy we have. We thought when we got when we got Mew, Mew was a girl. Turned out Mew was a boy. And then when we got the other two, we thought, oh, they're boys. And the vet's like, no, they're both girls. Well, we thought Nala was a girl, but then we suspected she was a boy, and then it turned out she was actually a girl. But no, Pudding, we definitely thought was a boy. Watson told us Pudding was a boy, and we took Pudding to the vet, and Pudding's the heaviest of the 3 by a mile. And the vet's like, lift up the tail. Yeah, that's a girl. Okay. We'll take that. Right. I've been doing this for an hour now. I'm thinking, what should I do now? Should I do something else? What do you guys think? Should I have a go at something else now? What have I played recently on Steam? Kerbal Space Program, Lego Star Wars, F1 2013, Nidhogg, Beat Hazard. Those are what I've played recently, apparently. What else have I played recently on Steam? Golf with Your Friends, Project Cars, Sonic Generations, Rocket League, Sid Meier's Railroads, Luftrauser's Shell Shock Live, Next Car Game Wreckfest, Polybridge, Race the Sun. Quite a bit, actually. Quite a bit. Yes, Lazy Third Eye. Chris is correct. I do indeed use a 360 controller. And it took me a long time to remap it how I wanted. But I think the biggest change was when I switched to a manual gearbox. Go for a manual gearbox if you get the chance, because that really does help you driving. It's not that easy to drive with a controller, I'm not going to lie. It's probably because I've got used to it. I mean, how many hours I've got? I've done 304 hours on Euro Truck. Every single one of them with the controller. So I've only ever played... Oh, no, not every single one. I did about an hour or 2 with a G27 steering wheel. And I didn't like it. I hated the steering wheel. I mean, it's fun, in a way, but... Yes. So I'm thinking I'm going to do, if people are interested, I'm going to do some Kerbal Space Program. They've updated to 1.2. No, wait. No. You got two choices. Kerbal Space Program. They've updated to 1.2, right? And there's some new changes on it. And it's yeah, waffle stuff. They've changed 1.2. It looks a bit slicker. It's got more HD graphics on it. It's got 64-bit, so on and so forth. The career mode is compelling, but they've changed a couple of things, so I'm probably tempted to start career mode from scratch. So if we do Kerbal, that's what we're going to be doing. Career mode from scratch. May not be the most interesting thing in the world to watch, but that's what I'd want to do. Or the other option that I'm just thinking of now is we do Minecraft in creative mode. We'll go into Team Tuxedo's server and we'll find somewhere to build, and we'll just build something. And I'm thinking, I haven't built a little miniature village for a while. Just somewhere to put villagers and whatnot. And there we go. Yeah, that's what. So how do I start a poll? Poll. Create poll. Let's have a 45-second poll. What next? Okay, I'm going to start the poll. 3, 2, 1, 45 seconds, go. Hello, Lilybell1280. How do you do? What do we play next? Oh, looks like Minecraft's winning by a mile. 4 votes. Let's have a look who's actually here at the moment anyway. We've got Haley19, Chris, Murtai, Kitse-chan. Kitse, you've been keeping quiet. Lilybell's just turned up and Lazy Third Eye. And, oh. Minecraft Creative Mode wins. 5 votes in total. Happy days. Right then, if you guys just bear with me a moment, I shall set up Minecraft.